If you're authoring content for devices that support spatial audio, it's a really exciting feature to use. In the 2D Motion Book tool, all you had to do was drag in a sound layer, and then in order to play it on the timeline, you make a new fade-in effect on the sound layer, and then place it in the timeline and give it a duration of how long you want the fade to take. So, in this example, when the play effect happens, you hear the sound. However, we haven't spatialized it yet. If you were viewing this example in a device with spatial audio capabilities, the sound would still follow your position in space. It wouldn't be tied to an object's position in space. In order to take advantage of spatial audio, let's go ahead and create a container layer. We're going to make a simple container layer here. It'll just be a box that's green, and we'll position it in space. Let's make it 400 by 400 and then set the color. Now, as you move that object around in space, if we tie a piece of audio to it, then the audio will stay positioned to the visual object. It won't follow your position. So in order to do that, we have to take the audio layer and we have to drag it inside of the container layer. Let's open up the sound container, and then let's find the audio layer and just drag it inside of the properties panel there for the container layer. Now the audio is linked to the visual object. When we did that, the effect we created earlier was cleared out. Whenever you move a target object either into or out of a container, any effects that were targeting that object will be cleared out. First, let's place the sound container in space. We'll give it a depth of 1280, so that's moving it far away from us. You'll see that it got smaller. Then we'll drag it off to the left. Using the Rotate Page widget, you can see where that visual layer is in space. Now we can go ahead and recreate the effect. So if we go over to our effects area, let's add a new effect to the audio, just as we did before. If you were previewing this in a device that has spatial audio capabilities, you would hear the audio tied to the position in space of the visual object. So as you walk around the object, you would hear that audio staying in one place. There are more properties that you can play with for the sound, but for now, we'll just leave this as spatial audio that is omnidirectional.